Out on 1 West, Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under Commander General Yahanna. This is the I.S.U.P.K, Atlanta, Thursday Scripture Breakdown class. All right? We're going to get started. Let's take questions. Anybody got any questions in the room? Any questions? No questions in the room? Good night. So y'all know the Bible. Y'all know the whole Bible, huh? Y'all know the whole Bible around this moment. Okay, let's see, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all formulate a question. So you got any questions? Y'all run? Any questions? Nah. Okay, Con, you know the whole Bible, huh? Sir. Y'all should be having questions every week, man. Y'all come to Scripture Breakdown, it should be a question. You understand? Should be a question. All right? Oh, okay. Go. There, won't sound crazy. Go ahead.
As far as the tree that Adam and Eve ate from, what did that represent? The tree.
The tree. Okay. The tree. Let's get the scripture. Pull the scripture. Okay. Let's pull the scripture. You understand? Of course, the Christian church, like to think that, what I'm saying, the tree, the tree was was a nice blooming tree with a lot of fruits. That's what Christians portray. You understand? But the tree of knowledge of good and evil, you understand? That's it's a representation of, you understand, the doctrines of first and foremost, the tree of knowledge of good. What is that? What is the tree of knowledge of good? Go ahead.
Sir, is it the law?
That's exactly what it is. It's the law. It's the good things that the Lord wants us to know. You understand? Which is His law, statutes, and commandments. All right? That's what the tree of knowledge of good is. Sluggy. All right? Now, what's the tree of knowledge of evil? Go ahead.
Breaking the law. When you break the law, you know what not to do. You learn the hard way.
Okay, you did. You got it. You understand? The tree of knowledge of evil is the things that the Lord don't want you to know. What are some things that the Lord don't want you to know? Well, first and foremost, He don't want you to know these other nations' doctrines. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Which were what Eve and Adam was dabbling in. All right? That's exactly why they got kicked out of the garden, because the Lord didn't want them to know what the other nations was doing, what the other nations' doctrine was, to participate in their ways and in their culture. The good way, the tree of knowledge of good, is what the Lord wants you to know. Is what the Lord bestowed unto you, His laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Which is why every time we break them, guess what? We know death. You understand? You know what I'm saying? After they dabbled in the other nations, you know what I'm saying? What did the Lord tell them? The Lord told them that your eyes is open. Now y'all like the Most High. Y'all like gods to know good and evil. You understand? The Lord didn't know. The Lord, first and foremost, the Lord didn't want you to know good. He just, not know good, but He didn't want you to know the evil. He just wants you to know the good. You understand? Which was the law. But now, since you since Adam and Eve dabbled in these other nations, you know what I'm saying, going their way, now they know the evil side, the consequences for their actions. You know what I'm saying? They understand. They understand death. You understand? In the Garden of Eden, that was a paradise. That was a paradise. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? They got kicked out of paradise. You understand? That was the consequences. One of the consequences for their action. The Lord told them to do something. They didn't do it. They disobeyed the Most High. Now, you understand? Now you see the consequences for your actions. Now get out of the garden. Now they had to work. Now they had to farm and till the ground. You understand? To get their food, to make a way of life. You understand? Which is why we all got to work now. We till the ground now. You understand? All right. Now that's your question. You had a question, Azar? All right. Slug it. Let's clap it up for Cap.
Go ahead out, your question.
It's time in the world, but what's the breakdown of the, Kanye and Kanye West and Drake is beefing. You know, what's a breakdown on the rappers? Can they lawfully diss at each other, or to be unbrotherly on track, spit diss tracks at each other? You know what I mean? I
Would it be?
Kind of wear a little. I don't know if it's physical yet with them.
Right.
They like dissing each other on track. What's the breakdown? It's a lot.
Okay. Well, so what are they saying to each other? What's the type of thing they'll say?
I don't really follow it that deep, but I know one of the fans went to his house and said, this, you know, put the name of his album, Lover Boy, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanye's childhood house. So they take it to his fans, take it to a different level. But they like spit at each other. Like, it was supposed to be Kanye was helping Drake come up. And Drake Kanye was Drake's hero.
Right.
Now they kind of like beefing each other. I feel like it's real beef, but they spit it animosity on track. Is that law?
I got you. Okay, it's like anything. You know what I mean? That's not how brothers should behave themselves.
Right.
What's this? Give me a scripture, Matthew 15, chapter 15. What's that? 18 and 15. Go to he and thee alone. Any problem you have with a brother, you got to go to he and thee alone. You know what I'm saying? If you spitting on a track, and if you rapping against the brother in public, that's definitely not he and thee alone. That's him, the brother, and the rest of the world. So it's definitely unlawful. And I'm assuming they're saying some disparaging things about each other's wives, and if I'm not mistaken, you know, I believe didn't Drake sleep with Kanye's wife, or rumored to sleep with his wife? And that's definitely unlawful, and that's not how we conduct ourselves in the school. Water, brother. That's not how we conduct ourselves in the school. And so, one sleeping with his wife, or vice versa. I think Drake may have had the whole industry may have had this broad. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is wicked. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna get into. The whole thing is Christian, and that's the whole concept today: is false doctrines, false religions. You understand? The whole thing is Christian, and we learned that in the Christian church. We learn to absolutely berate each other constantly in the world. You know what I'm saying? They call it playing the dozens. Right? We think it's brotherly. That's the question. Is it lawful? Is it brotherly? We think it's brotherly. We tell the brother, I'm only saying you ain't shit because I love you. And we take it up like, well, he loves me. My mom loves me when she smacks me up across the face and calls me a no good nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you go to school and you clown on the people's shoes. I only clown the people I love. So you clown on the brother's shoes, or you clown on, you know, the sister's weight, or whatever it is, out of love. You know what I'm saying? And what is love according to the scriptures? Go ahead.
So like I said, that we love our brother, love one another.
But what is love according to the Bible? What is love?
So like we keep the law, we keep the commandments.
Give me the precept. But you're absolutely right. Like love is keeping the Most High's commandments. Not going to church, not singing about God, not singing about how much you love a brother or hate a brother. None of that. That's not love. Love is following the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. So I mean, anything they doing on the rap scene, the rap battles, whatever it is, you know what I mean, it's definitely unbrotherly. It's become a sport. You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course, we know what happens next. Someone gets shot, someone gets killed. You know what I mean? The young brother, King Von, got killed in Atlanta. And these beefs, they started off as friends. You get what I'm saying? If you look at they started off as friends, beefs, and back and forth, and someone gets murdered. So it's all wicked. Go ahead. You got it?
So the precept is John 14 and 15.
Go ahead and read it.
John 14, 15. John 15, 14 and 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Right. If you love the Most High, keep His commandments. The commandment is love thy brother as thyself. Now you don't want to hear about another man sleeping with your wife, or how a man had your wife before you had her. You know what I mean? We're in hell. You understand? So no, it's definitely unbrotherly. But it's what pays Esau. Esau is going to push anything that makes his pockets rich. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, we're dying in the ghettos of America, dying behind so-called rap battles, rap beefs. And so it's unbrotherly. Basketball can be unbrotherly if you're in the wrong spirit. Like brothers in the school, you know how we talk to each other. Salaki, if I may, if it's not too much to ask. You know what I mean? Baba Kushah, things like that. We speak to each other and we deal with each other in a certain way that if you playing basketball and you say a little joke, my jump shot's better than yours, it doesn't go anywhere. It's fine. You know those that labor amongst you. You know what I'm saying? But in the world, being Christian, following a false doctrine, you know what I mean, you could go out there and end up getting shot at a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Just the bullying, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they want to call it, being unbrotherly. Being a Christian will get you killed, will get brothers killed, have brothers hating each other, and it's just part of the curses.
Right.
Come on, bro. Go ahead, Kasai. You got a question?
Sir. I needed a breakdown of Proverbs 26, 13 to 16.
You got hit with a course call.
Oh, okay. Say one more time, Proverbs 26.
Common concern, Proverbs 26, verses 13 to 16.
One second. Go ahead and read it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 13. The slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. Verse 14. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful upon his bed. Verse 15. The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth.
Okay, skip me up 2 verses. Give me verse 11.
Come on, God. Ooh. Just a second, sir. I lost it. Just 1 second, sir. It's a lot here.
That was fun.
Okay, the book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. Verse 13. The slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doth the slothful upon his bed. Verse 15. The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth. Verse 16.
Okay, go ahead. It's like and your question was what on it?
Basically I was trying to figure out what it's saying here. The slothful man, there's a lion in the way. A lion is in the streets. Is that him making an excuse? What's the breakdown for basically those from 14 to 15, sir?
God, I believe that is what's talking about the excuses. Give me okay, I'm gonna have to. I'm about 50% sure. Yeah, on the whole breakdown up to 15. So I'm gonna do a mass Jeremiah Hyman and I'll get back to you on it.
Come on, sir.
All right. Anybody else any questions? The pass.
So y'all want to know, like, okay, is mission of sin? It depends on the situation. Okay, say like 3 people. Everybody knows brother, right?
Say one more time. I can hear you.
Oh, asking like, was snitching a sin according to the Bible? You know, it depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Say we got 3 brothers. They all know each other. One brother don't like the other brothers, so and he told the third brother, you know, say I'm gonna be here, chilling over here. I don't know, the other brother might owe him some money or something like that.
Okay.
And he talked to the second brother, talked to the third brother. You know what I'm saying? Asked where he at. He just told him where he at. And brother number 1 came to brother number 2. It's like he murdered him. Well, they found out on the news and stuff like that. And the third brother be like, you know what? I'm call the cops. You know what I'm saying? And I told him what happened. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know they got the beef going on, the third brother not commit the sin. He had to report on him knowing that he can get that extra money. I don't know what's going
From the police? Is that what you said, to get the money? So you're saying there's 3 brothers. One brother might owe a brother money. So they got a conflict. And so the brother that owes him money says, I'm going to be on this part of town. The third brother, who's not part of the situation at all, tells the one that needs the money where he's at. For what reason? Is he part of it, or is he just saying what so-and-so said he's going to be over here? They're all friends, right? You said they're all brothers?
Yeah, they all know each other.
Mhm.
That's what I meant by the situation. If he was a part of it, then I know.
Right. But he doesn't know anything about it.
No, it's just like bearing false witness. Lie either way. You tell him, oh, I don't know, or he's there or not. And the other brother told him not to tell him or not. But in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
the second brother went off the head somewhere, and he told the third brother where he was hiding at. They all kind of know that something's going on. You guys kind of beat on some money or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the first brother come to the third brother, asked him where he at. So he just told him where he at. The first brother went to the second brother location and murdered him. And it's all over the news and stuff. So such killed this. So he know both of them. So, and you hear some of the TV commercial where it's a tip anonymous line.
Oh, God.
You get $2,000, you know, so you find out about this person murder or whatnot.
I got you.
And you call the police on him, you know, you call the police on him, so you know you can get that money, that easy tip money. So I don't know if it's a sin or why you do that.
Okay, it's not a sin to tell the truth on a murder that took place. You get what I'm saying? But if you're saying he know he's part of it, well, he's in sin, period. You know what I'm saying? Snitching would be, we don't condone snitching in the Israelite school UPK, but snitching is committing a crime with somebody and telling to get a lesser punishment. That's just being a coward. So yeah, that is a sin. That's wrong. But if you're saying he's kind of knows what's going on, kind of doesn't, you know what I mean, he tells the police to get some money, that would be wrong as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still part of this. He didn't call to stop the murder. Right. You know what I'm saying? He didn't call anyone to say, he didn't talk to the brother, say don't murder the brother. Or he didn't try to, like we talked about earlier, go to he and thee alone. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come into the school. You got to be able to say, I know he owes you money. You need to talk to him about that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And telling him where he's at, you just really a part of the issue. Right. You know what I'm saying? You have to come up out the world. You know what I'm saying? That will happen all the time. But this is a sin to tell the truth on a crime that was committed. No. But it's better just to come into the truth. To come and follow the laws of the Most High. You understand? Get away from all that. You know what I'm saying? You have to come out of the world. Or you get mixed up in all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That answer your question, or?
Come on.
Let me know if it doesn't. Make sure I'm clear, because you're saying the brother who doesn't owe any money, he kind of knows what's going on, so he goes and tells the police to get some money.
Yeah, you know, he told, the first brother, the third brother told the first person who he's hiding at. He may think that, in his mind, something like that, he may think, they're going to talk it out or whatever, but he ended up killing him. So, I don't know if the third brother being wrong, but probably he may have something, back in his head, something might happen, and he down and out with some financial situations, so that was the easy little hit, easy little tip money he can use.
Okay, that is wrong. That if you tell a brother, if you tell him just to be telling, or telling for money, I have to figure out what it's called in the scriptures, but that would be wrong. You would be in the wrong. Like I said, he could have fixed the problem. He could have solved the problem, or made it better. He could have talked to the brothers, but he's just manipulative. You know what I'm saying? He's really like lying. He knows what's going on, and he's gonna go to the police to get money, but that would be wrong. You know what I'm saying? That would be the wrong thing to do. The right thing to do is either stay out of it, or you tell the brother, y'all need to just work that out. You know what I'm saying? Go to he and thee alone. You know what I'm saying? But like in the UPK, we can do not do that. You can't. We Crime Stoppers, and that's not our job. As priests and prophets of the Lord, right. We prophesy. We tell them what will happen. Listen, we tell our people what will happen if they keep sinning, and you will die. You'll get murdered. You will go to jail, because that's just what happens when you commit crimes. You will go to prison. You can do life in prison. You could get shot. You could die. Like we'll tell these brothers who's shooting out here all the time in front of the school, you'll die doing that. You know what I'm saying? You'll go to jail doing that. Are we going to call the police? No. Are we going to say that brother, we see these brothers shooting people? That's not what we're doing. We tell the school, we file a report. If one of our brothers get harmed or in a situation, then we got to make a report. But we don't call Crime Stoppers every time we see something. The Lord does not require you to be a snitch. You don't call Crime Stoppers every time you see something to get some money. You know what I mean? You don't do that. Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. That sounds exactly what I.U.I.C. doing.
Yeah.
That sounds exactly what I.U.I.C. doing. You know, they promote. Telling on brothers that's in the hood. You know what I'm saying? If you got a warrant, I'm turning you in. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that brother having a chance to know the knowledge of the Lord and come to the truth. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather see him in jail because of his past deeds.
Damn right. You know what I.U.I.C. is. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, would this be a precept? 1 John 4, verse 20.
Go ahead.
If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
Okay, is it a precept for what Napash is talking about? Telling, I don't know if that would be the best precept for that.
Right.
Just telling the police something to get the reward money. Or I think it goes more to being a talebearer. You know, causing strife between brothers, causing, a rift between brothers. You want to go to those brotherhood scriptures. Yeah, kind of. Definitely U.P.K. You do not advocate just snitching on your people, man. Like the scripture says, "Love thy neighbor as thyself. Love your brother as thyself." Now, if your neighbor is playing loud music, obnoxious, it's midnight, it's loud, and can't nobody sleep, and they're obnoxious, and they won't stop partying. They're smoking weed. They're getting high. They sin against. Hold on 1 second now. They sin against the Lord, and you know that, but you don't go call the police. You don't want to be a white woman. You know what I'm saying? You don't envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his ways. Give your brother a chance to change. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to the brother. He and thee alone. You're gonna just have to have some courage and just talk to her. But if a brother's offending you, you just gotta holler at the brother, neighbor, whoever it is. You know what I mean? Do that first. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Proverbs 11 and 13. It says a talebearer, like a talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is a faithful spirit concealeth the matter.
God, that will go with that. That's more what Napash is talking about. Saga brother on the conference call. Go ahead.
Shalom, how about you? Also, how you that checking in? I got a precept out of one, if I may.
No sweat. Go ahead.
On the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 16, thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. Salakia.
Damn right. That's perfect. Perfect precept. Good man. Right, that's what you need.
Slightly, so I want to know would this also be a precept?
What?
1 Corinthians 6 and 1. Slightly. 1 Corinthians 6 and 1. Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to the law before the unjust and not before the saints.
Damn right. Damn right. Yeah, that's absolutely a precept. You can read on that. I think there's a little more, right?
Verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Okay, that's the why. But God, yeah, that's an excellent precept. Meaning, we don't run to Esau. You know what I'm saying? You got to handle things with the brother. Specifically, you got to come into the school and handle things in here. All right? All right. Let me see. Any other questions? That's all?
If I may, is it if your woman, sir, if I may, if your woman aborts your baby, you know what I mean, is that grounds for divorce?
Somebody give me a precept. If a woman aborts your child, is that grounds for divorce? Give me more. What does she do? She gets pregnant. She never tells you she's pregnant, and she gets an abortion. Just tell me the situation. What's going on?
It's a general question I wrote down for class, sir.
If a woman aborts your baby, is that grounds to leave her?
Yeah, count, sir.
Somebody give me a precept. If a woman aborts your baby, is that grounds to leave her?
Or if I can change the word, if a woman murders your child,
Oh yeah, right. Abortion is murder. Go ahead.
So like I got a precept, sir.
Go ahead. You got it.
Salaki, I don't want. If I may, that question you just asked about the precept about the leaving the person if they committed a sin or transgression, right? The only way you could leave your wife is by.
Well, hold on one second. Now, can you hear me out? I got a brother in the room that got a precept. I don't know if you can hear me. I think you might have thought I said go ahead. Just hold on. Hold your peace 1 second.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. Matthew 5:32.
Okay.
Salaki. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. Would that be a precept, sir?
Yeah, that's a precept. What's your precept to that? That's another precept. Yahweh, you got it? You have a precept for her?
Salaki, I was going to pull the precept in Exodus about thou shalt not commit adultery, and because the reason I would pull that is because abortion is the way of the oppressor, our open enemy, and Salaki, and doing what the oppressor do is worshiping his God. So you commit adultery against the Most High, not just your husband at that moment, Salaki.
Okay, Khan, but okay. So you're saying if you follow the ways of another people, that's adultery against the Most High. But then a lot of all sins would be that, right?
Come.
Following any God outside of, we will get that in a minute. But following any God outside the Most High would be committed adultery in the Most High. But can you leave your rib if she gets an abortion?
Salaki, sir.
Good.
If I could, no. It's still your rib.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was gonna say. Like when you told him to need more, because it's like if did another man sleep with her and get her pregnant?
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you got that. But just you need counsel for sure.
Right.
Once if your woman's aborting your children. But what does the scripture say? What's the only reason you can leave your wife?
Fornication.
Fornication. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have a wicked wife, man. Wicked, evil. Can you leave your wife if she stabs you or tries to murder you?
Lie.
I mean, you gonna have to get counsel. Like you gonna definitely get. You know what I mean, but according to the scripture, you can only leave your wife for adultery. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she gets an abortion, you know what I mean, you definitely have to have counsel. You know what I mean, there's gonna be some repercussions for sure. But you gotta call the school, just give it the general and see what's going on. I mean, there's a lot a woman could do that it seems like grounds to leave her. I mean, she can, God forbid, murder your child. Like, postpartum depression, the child could be alive and well, and a baby, and the women get this depression and they damn near want to murder the child. But the scriptures don't say you can leave them from strangling your kid halfway to death. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Sir, you still have to perform your.
Use the mic.
Sloppy, so you still have to perform your manly duties, lay with her and all that. Sloppy.
Immediately?
No, I mean,
Like that night? Like you get no time to nothing. You don't get, because it's in the law, you got to, right? As soon as she says Salakia, you got to give her some, no, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's repercussions. You got to, get counsel for sure. Like a woman can't do anything she wants to get ride. She shouldn't get ride half the time anyway. You know what I'm saying? But no, you definitely don't have to. In that situation, you're not a sex slave. It's like, I mean, You the law is the law, but you know what I mean, you definitely can teach a woman not to get abortions. You get what I'm saying? And pick the right woman. Pick a wife that will never even cross her mind. And that's what I'm going to get into today. These false doctrines. I was on the way up here on the radio. They was talking about in America all this mental health, all these mental health issues and things like that. And it's pretty much like everybody in America got some form of mental health issue. But if you think about it, and it correlates, what is mostly everybody? A Christian. Mostly everybody is some form of Christianity or Islam. You understand? And you're gonna have a mental health issue. So no question. You know what I'm saying? If you a man thinking you can lay with a man like a woman, that's a mental health issue. See, but they're not gonna talk about that. Right. You see, like, the problem with therapy and these psychologists is that they're trying to fix your mind and allow you to have your sin at the same time in your lust. Right. So you can be they talk you need to get help, you need to get therapy. But the therapist is trying to talk you through why, as a man, your boyfriend doesn't want to spend time with you. That can't make sense. You can't count somebody and say, and he's a grown man with a beard saying, my man doesn't want to take me out no more. My man never takes me nowhere. He doesn't post me on Instagram. That's a mental health issue. You can't go in front of a therapist and try to fix that. You can't go in front of a therapist and, you know, I smoke weed occasionally. I smoke marijuana, recreationally. Right. It's a mental health issue, whether it's legal or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in the school, in the Israelite school, I.S.U.P.K, we fix real mental health issues. The first thing you got to do is go see a doctor. Right? You first go see a doctor about your mental health issues, and then you come into the school and get counsel. And then we can verify if you really have a mental health issue or if you're just a lustful bastard. You understand? But we can fix it through these scriptures. The problem is religion is the mental health issue. Right. If you are a so-called black man, Hispanic, Native American, Indian man, and you following after the customs of your oppressor, the so-called white man, you know what I'm saying, that's a mental health issue. Right. You know what I'm saying, if you want to shave your beard and put on a Edomite's tie and talk like an Edomite and hang around Edomites, sleep with Edomite women, knowing you're a so-called black man in America, your father's black, your mother's black, you come from a black community, but you want to get away from that, that's a mental health issue. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Hispanic brother and you think you're a Spaniard and you don't realize that your people were conquered from the conquistadors, and you're speaking Spanish because of oppression and slavery, that's a mental health issue. When you go into the brothers that follow Islam, now they think that's more black. It's closer to being, you know, rough and tough. They got the bow ties and they'll go to violence and they just drug dealers and murderers. That's a mental health issue. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into all that. And Ram had an excellent question when he was talking about the knowledge of good and evil. Give me Genesis 3 verse 1. So 3 verse 1.
Lock y'all one.
Go ahead.
What you just brought out is so heavy, and if I may, how we know that the Christian church and Islam and all that stuff is a mental issue is because when you look at the images that the Christian church put out, you know what I'm saying, and that the Nation of Islam put out, it's images of our oppressors, whether they be Arab or whether they be Caucasian. It's images of our oppressors, and we, in our mindset that we are in, we have been brainwashed to worship these things, these idols.
It's like it, damn right, and that's major what you said, because it's a lot of so-called Negroes talking about how we need to start going to therapy and doing this and doing that, and it's constant that we try everything except these laws, statutes, and commandments. We try everything. You need to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars and get therapy. Meanwhile, you grew up, like the brother saying, with the white Jesus in your house, your mom and dad fighting all the time, you singing songs about dying constantly. You go to church every Sunday singing songs about dying and tomorrow be a better day. Today ain't nothing, but tomorrow be a better day, going to heaven. You depress the hell out of a kid. You make weak children like that if they constantly always talking about dying. Right. You know what I'm saying? No songs about victory and winning and being victorious and standing up in brotherhood like those brother did down in Texas. Give them a hand. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at that. Like, I had to show my daughter, like, these is real heroes, man. Right. Like, you look at that, you got to have, that's courage. That will fix your mental health. You got to tell them the truth. If you lie to a child, if you lie to a person, period, You're gonna have a mental health issue. You get what I'm saying? And then tell them it's all right. Well, so what?
Like if I may, and also what they, you know what I'm saying, especially with black people, you know what I'm saying, it's the everyday stuff that we deal with, you know what I'm saying, especially
Right.
being a kid, you going to church, especially a kid, you going to church, like you said, you know, you go to church and you're singing about dying on one night and tomorrow's gonna be a better day. You know what I'm saying? A kid going through hell. You know, he getting bullied in school. He
Right.
thinking about suicide.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Gangs trying to recruit him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's a shootout every night in front of his house. He got to hide under the bed and dodge bullets one night. Like, you know, he's already at the age of 7. He already has, what they call it? Not post, but
You right.
PTSD.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, kind of what kind. You know,
Damn
post-traumatic stress disorder, you know what I'm saying? By the age of 7.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And most people, you know what I'm saying, oh, it's just crazy. It's a lot.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But then at the same time, you see these shootouts, they see the murder and the drugs in their community. They got the PTSD, but what are they taught? Just pray to Jesus, go to church, and then you're never going to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you go to church, you pray to Jesus, you do the songs, or move out the hood, right? Move out the ghetto, move out your situation. That's fine, okay. But now what do you think? Now you're looking at your oppressor like their God. Like the only way to get clean is to get closer to white people. The only way to be, fixed is to worship a white God or an Arab God. Or you can't, because being a Negro is fully depressing. You know what I'm saying? Because we have no culture, we have no, nothing. So we got to go get healed. We run into different religions, different doctrines, different philosophies, and instead running into Kemet or Egypt, trying to be African. You understand? All right. And about when you got Genesis 3, verse 1. Go ahead, Kassan.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. Verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
You understand? Like the Most High is telling Adam and his wife, giving them an order. Do this and don't do that. You know what I mean? Eat this and don't eat that. Wear this and don't wear that. He's not giving them a religion. He's not giving them, a false god to worship or some statue to worship or some rock to bow down to. You understand? He's giving them a way of living. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
But of course, the serpent deceives the woman and says you won't die. If you like the brother bringing down when he was answering the question, we was taught to only do right at a time. But the serpent says you don't have to do right. You won't die if you smoke weed. You won't die. If you smoke crack, you won't die. If you sniff cocaine, you won't die. Matter of fact, you have a great time. You'll party. You have a good time. You won't die if you get, like the brother said, get an abortion. At one point, you get pregnant, a woman gets pregnant, and the only thing next to do is just have the baby. But now the serpent says, but you could get an abortion. But she, at the time, she said, no, I'll die. This serpent says, no, look at all these women. Look, they all got abortions. We get abortions all the time. That's what we do. We ain't got time to be pregnant. We got careers to think about. Right. You understand? We got parties to go to. We young. We got to play the field. You got a baby by him. You got to stick with him for the rest of your life. You're going to be stuck with him whether they're together or not until that baby's 18.
Right.
So we got to get abortions because we trying to have fun. We trying to what, hot girl summer. Right. And look at all the, and they show you. Look at all the people that do it. This is our culture. So Eve looking at it like, oh, I see. I'm over here thinking the whole time I got to live like this and I could be living like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Beginning of a mental health issue. Because what happened, go read on.
Come on. Verse 5. For God does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes ye shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat,
Go ahead.
and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Right. And so when she seen what the serpent was offering, she thought it was good, and she ate of it. You understand? Like the brothers bringing out, because she ate of it, you're in hell now. Now you have mental health issues. Now you sinning. Now you dying. Now we in the ghettos of America. Now we have to work hard for everything. When life did not have to be like that. You know, you got to work at slavery every day to get a crumb, to get just enough money to go back to slavery. You know what I'm saying? Your life is going to be hard consistently because you didn't want to listen, because you wanted to follow a religion. You thought it'd be more sophisticated to have a religion than just to say, I can't eat pork. The Lord said not to. I can't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster because the Lord said not to. The serpent says what? What's it called? Pork and lobster and what else? Yummy, yeah?
Like a delicacy.
A delicacy. Pork, the other white meat. So he giving it to you. Hey, look, man. Now I can't be. You would think I can't be a homosexual because that's wrong. A man doesn't go with a man. I know that. The serpent says it's an alternative lifestyle. Look how fun homosexuals have. You go down Midtown Atlanta, they got whole communities and sidewalks painted rainbow, and they having a great time. Businesses, high-paying jobs. You know, homosexuals got all the money because they don't have children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The entertain Lil Nas X, he's from Atlanta, so he's living at home. That's the serpent. That's the deception. That's the deception of Christianity, because a young black man growing up should know I cannot be a homosexual. But if he turns on the TV and sees all the successful people either being a homosexual or at least accepting it, like in America, like if you're not a homosexual, they still expect you to at least accept it as normal. And if you don't accept that as normal, then you're unsophisticated, or you're back in the day. You like a caveman. You got a caveman way of thinking, or you just a brute, or you not smart. You ain't go to college. Because them Negroes go to college and learn all types of nonsense. Instead of learning these laws, statutes, and commandments, they learn religion, they learn philosophy. You could tell. You get a brother that goes, he's 18 years old, out of high school, he's already a little jammed up. They go to college, come out, you hear him talk. Where you learn that from? You talking like that? Well, did you ever think about this? Or did you ever think about this? Well, maybe. And you start. And some brothers get angry, like, bruh, we don't do that. we don't. I don't want that college nonsense. I'm not trying to hear that. Because if you're not solid before you go to college, you'll come out. It's good to go to college. Don't get me wrong. But if you don't have a foundation first, you'll go to school, and the white man will teach you even further. Your oppressor will teach you even further. You understand? Rich Negroes will teach you even further, and you be, jammed up. You understand? All right, give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. You understand? Like, marriage of Yahanna is not giving us a religion to follow. He's giving these a way of living. Like, it wasn't a religion that sent them brothers down to the Texas border to help our Haitian brothers and our Mexican brothers. Right. That wasn't religion. That was a man teaching men under him to love one another as you love yourself, and that's in the Bible. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you would want someone to come help you, so you go help someone else. Right. Christians only need. Jesse Jackson wasn't down there because there wasn't no check, wasn't no money. Right. The brothers was going down there to help their brothers because they're Israelites, purely. That's what you need. That's to be a good person. You don't need religion. You need principles. You need laws, statutes, and commandments. That's right. No signs crossed.
I don't know if you know, but I had seen, I think Captain Hine had posted this on Facebook, but now it's like a Christian church somewhere in Houston. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, they got busloads of Haitian people trying to help them out and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you never, anytime a disaster happens and black people need help, Hispanic people need help, Christian pastors never come out. Remember, they were closing their doors during the pandemic.
Yeah, damn right.
So all of a sudden, now the I.S.U.P.K out there happened. They see it all on the news. Now it's like, oh yeah, we helping too. We helping too.
Damn right. And you know why? Why would Christians want to help busloads of Haitians come to them? Hadar.
Salakia, sir, they're doing it for the money, sir.
Doing it for the money. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more people, Christians, and especially Christian pastors, think of everything as a business. You know what I'm saying? So the more people they can get in, it's just the more money they can get.
Right.
Meanwhile, we're taking our money and putting it into them. We bring them in here and teach them the truth.
Right.
Raise up families.
That's right.
You understand? Whoever got the scripture, you can read when you got it. Who has it?
I have the scriptures that you want.
Oh, you want? Okay, go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
To do what?
To do all his commandments,
Go ahead.
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
You understand? Ain't nothing religious about that. You ain't say if you be a Christian, I'll do these things. If you become a Muslim, I'll do these things. If you hearken, observe, and hearken unto the Lord to do these things, He set you high above all nations. You understand? Give me Hosea 4 verse 6. It's like anybody online, you got something to add on, you got a question or comment, you can just say Salakia, and I'll get to you as well. Any brother in the room as well. Go ahead, Kasa.
So like, sir, if I may, speaking with what we were talking about with that mental health, one of the things that I noticed was that it was real heavy, a boom of talk about mental health when those Edomites started shooting up the kids. When you start hearing them, the Edomites were going and the Edomite children were going and shooting up the kids, or you got Dylan Roof, or any of those things like that.
Right.
It's always a mental health issue.
No,
When
damn
it's
right.
us, it's not a mental health issue. So it's basically like they came up with that narrative to create an excuse for what they're doing. For
Right.
example, I can't recall the young man's name, but it's an Edomite who got into an accident. It may have been in Texas. He was 16 years old. He ran into a family, killed the entire family.
Yeah, right.
And they created a disease or an illness for him called affluenza.
Yeah,
Meaning
God.
that he didn't know, not influenza, but affluenza. Meaning
Right.
that because he was so financially stable, his parents were, that he didn't understand right from wrong. So they created that for him. That's a mental health issue that he was supposedly had, but they created something for him. So it's always an excuse or something that they create for them. It's never for us.
Yeah, damn right.
Until Charlemagne the God started talking about it, then everyone blacks said, okay, it's a mental health issue.
Of course. Like anything, nobody takes notice. Edomites, especially Edomites, no one takes notice until it starts affecting Edomites.
Right.
Just like the drug addiction, you had the whole heroin in the 60s, 70s, the crack in the 80s. No one cared about it until it started affecting Edomites with the opiates and the pills that them young Edomites was dying from, overdosing on. The Lord had them dying on them drugs. You know what I'm saying? No one cares until Edomites are affected. Even Negroes, like even black people don't care until white people start getting affected by something.
Right.
You understand? Because of Christianity. Go ahead.
And so, like sir, to add what you're saying, you're right about that's so heavy what you're saying about how they don't start to care unless it's an Edomite, our own people. Even when we go to this girl who was just, I guess, murdered by her Edomite boyfriend or whatever. All these Negroes were so intrigued and wanted to know what was going on and what happened to her. So it's like, but we have hundreds of thousands of us that go missing.
Right. Damn right.
But when it happens to one of them, our own people are like, well, what's going on? And want to send aid for one woman, for one girl.
Right.
But it's been happening to us every day.
Right.
So we do show concern for them. So that mental health, we definitely have it if anyone does.
Absolutely. On top of that, right? It's not for Edomites to give a damn when sisters go missing or our children go missing. We got to start pressing these pastors. Like, what's going on with all these churches on every block, on every corner, all these mega churches, all these millions coming into the churches? Why don't they have their own search parties, their own search teams? Why aren't they boots on the ground finding these kids, finding these women? The people, they are millionaires. They're multi-millionaires. You know what I'm saying? They have all the resources, all the money, all the connections. They could do these things. Commander Yahanna will do these things. You understand? He raised up brothers to go down there to the border to go check on them brothers down there. You understand? Like Commander, like that's why all the tithe money needs to come to the school so we can send more camps out. So we can send more brothers out to these lost, forgot about places, and that vexes me. There's so many places where our people are at, and terrible things are happening. You understand? But ain't nobody gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Give me Jeremiah verse 23.
Like you want Hosea 4 and 6, right?
Yeah, hold that, and then give me Jeremiah. Yeah, verse 1.
It's Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1.
And this is what we just talking about. This is pretty much what you was talking about, Yami. Talking about how the, go ahead and read.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the Lord.
What does woe mean? Anybody online? Let me get somebody online. I know brothers in the room now.
Salak y'all the one.
So go ahead.
Woe means destruction. Salakia.
Damn right. Woe means destruction. So destruction to who? Start from the top.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the Lord.
How do they scatter the sheep, the flock, the sheep of the Lord's flock? How do the pastors scatter them? Go ahead, Zaquan.
Salak y'all the one.
Hold 1 second. Go ahead, Zaquan.
So like you said, well, first and foremost, you know, they bringing them into a religion. You understand that the laws of the Lord isn't a religion. So they bring them to a whole religion, and not only a whole religion, a whole religion that worships white people, that gives you a white image in your mind.
Yeah, right.
So that takes away the actual image of Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, right.
You understand? So that's the first way they scatter the sheep of the Lord's people.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Give me a hand. You understand? We're going to get more on it. Give me verse 2.
Verse 2. Therefore, thus said the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, said the Lord.
Okay. Now, so I'm going to break it down when it says, therefore saith the Lord God of Israel. Hold on. When it says, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away. Give me some examples. How will pastors drive the flock away, the children of Israel away? Go ahead, Hadar.
Salakia, sir. Through multiple religions, sir.
Through multiple religions. Okay, give me a little more. Give me like in detail. Like what was I don't want to give it to you. What would the church or the pastors do that would drive their congregation away? Let me go online real quick. Go ahead, Ak.
Salakia, sir.
God, who's this?
Shalom, y'all about your truth, Makulah, sir.
Yahweh Shem Sepakatah. You have the answer? Or you checking in?
Yeah, Khan, the one Khan.
Okay.
Checking in, nigga, had an answer, sir, if I could.
Okay,
Salakia.
go ahead, give it a shot.
Is one way they scatter it, scatter the flock, is it by telling the pastor, by telling the flock that the Most High laws are done away with and you don't have to follow the Most High, sir, Salakia?
You're damn right, yeah. Give him here. That's the main one.
Like I said earlier, like when the pandemic came, they shut their doors.
Right.
When the nation needed help.
Yeah,
They drove them away.
That was a blatant scatter. They just said, get the hell up out of here, man. Doors are closed. We are closed. With Joel Osteen with that flood in Houston, right? In Texas. He said, we are closed. Closed for business. Go ahead, Drew.
I got a precept.
Salaki, sir. Every time we get gunned down in the streets, they tell us to join the oppressor. We're all one, and let's be friends with the oppressor. Salaki.
Damn right, that'll scatter the sheep. Cause what you're gonna find out, your oppressor does not love you. You'll find that out. Different ways. Okay, the Christian church, like what Officer Yami was saying, right? So this busload, these Christians brought these busloads of Haitians to their church or to a safe place, whatever, right? And that seems nice in the beginning, but we know what's going on with the church. So what they're gonna do is bring them into the church and then show themselves, and they'll be sleeping with a Haitian brother's wife. Right. They'll be getting them high as hell. They're gonna get them high as hell. They're gonna be sleeping with each other's wives, teach them homosexuality, all that, and that'll scatter them away. That'll say, well, this church ain't about nothing, and then they'll leave. But guess what? They won't say it's the church. What will they say? They won't just be like that pastor. What will if you're scattered out of the church? What will someone say?
It's like it, sir.
Go ahead.
What they say they'll blame say you gotta blame yourself, sir. It's like it they try to put you say that you're to blame, right? It's like it.
Okay, now I'm saying so when the Haitians come to America and they get up in these churches, because the church then brought them food, brought them shelter, and brought them to the church, but then the church is gonna sleep with their wife, the church is gonna get them high, the church is gonna rape their kids, molest their children, the church is gonna do that. Now, if they're scattering the flock, they're going to leave the church. Okay? But what would the Haitians say? What would the congregation say that left? Will they say that church did this or that pastor did this? Think about being scattered away from the Most High. You ever recall?
No, when a lot of those stuff happens to people, they tend to not believe in the Bible no more. Like, don't like
Right.
Damn right. Good man. That's how they scatter it. They're not gonna say, yeah, that one church I went to was wicked. Yeah, that one cat in the church is wicked, except with my wife. He's gonna say, man, that Bible ain't real. We gonna show him the Bible. We're gonna teach the Bible at camp. He said that Bible's been tampered with. That they ain't real. He can't show you, he can't prove it, but he just has experiences from the church. Right. You understand? From pastors. You know what I'm saying? A lot of sisters don't believe in the Most High or believe in the Bible because they've been raped in the church or molested by a choir director or a teen pastor or something. You know what I'm saying? Their children been messed with. So that's how they scatter through religion and then through their actions. You know what I'm saying?
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
About concerning the pastors. It's in Micah chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, it's not the Lord among us. None evil can come upon us.
Damn right. I get my hand.
That's what they're doing in Houston. Like that's for reward, money, attention from America. You know, everybody can see them. You know, the scriptures say they always want to be out in the open, in public. And what the precept when they said the scribes and Pharisees when they love the high seats.
Oh, and
churches.
The border,
attention.
The garments, the border of their garments. What are you talking about?
Not that. Let me get it for you real quick.
Go ahead.
Shalom, y'all. Sean checking in.
Yeah, how about SHALAM? The water.
Salaki out of one.
Go ahead,
If I may, another way they can also scatter the sheep is what I've seen a lot. The Christian church had a congregation member, certain day coming to church wearing dashikis and stuff, telling them they're African, won't even speak on the children of Israel. Salaki.
Oh, damn right. Yeah. I was thinking about that today too. Look, with the so-called African culture and these dashikis and this African stuff that's going on, you definitely scatter the flock like that because you pushing them towards African guy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, like so-called Negroes will say, people are appropriating black culture. But when you put on a dashiki or a kufi or any of those things, you are appropriating another culture. And that's really what those fig leaves were in Book of Genesis with Adam and Eve. Right. And when they sowed themselves fig leaves, they're appropriating another culture. You put on a dashiki, and definitely these pastors and imams are scattering the flock, pushing them away from the Most High and their true identity. Go ahead, you got it?
The book of Mark. It's like the book of Mark, chapter 12, and start at verse 38. Mark chapter 12, verse 38. And he said unto them in his doctrine, beware of the scribes, which love to go in long clothing and love salutations in the marketplaces. Verse 39. In the chief seats in the synagogues, in the uppermost rooms at feasts. Verse 40. Which devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. These shall receive greater damnation.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Going just to be seen, just to have the high seat. You understand? They're not genuine in their actions. You know what I'm saying? It's just a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? But just like with Lazarus and the rich man and the poor man, same thing. You know what I mean? Them brothers, them Levite brothers that God forbid they get into these churches, they come to America, get into these churches. You know what I mean? Lord be with them, because the church has benefited nothing in America. You know what I'm saying? Benefited black people nothing. We've been Christians for hundreds and hundreds of years in America and still live on the bottom of society. Right. You understand? The Asians have their communities, their marketplaces, their grocery stores, their restaurants. The East Indians, the Arabs will come over here. They just brought 90,000 Afghanistanians, and they kicking out the Haitian brothers, the Levite brothers, kicking out the Israelite brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are in hell. This is a curse from the Most High. Going back to Genesis because we wanted to join the other nations. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be like the other nations, and then you look at the condition we're in now. You know what I mean? He says you had a question? Oh, well. Is there any more on that?
Nah, that was it after verse 40.
All right. So somebody have Hosea 4 verse 6.
Come on, sir. I have it, sir.
Get down. Any questions or anything online? It's too. You just say Salakia.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
I have a question, sir.
Is it on the topic?
It's more so on the topic of the Levite brothers and sisters, sir, Salakia.
Okay, go ahead.
If I could have one with them, okay, what's going on with them at the border, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could that also tie into because the reason why I really, thought about it because with the man riding the horse and the whip,
Mm-hmm.
could that also tie into they really have a strong hate, mockery of them because the Levites supposedly have, fought and won for slavery. So could that be the Edomites try to mock them to well, look, y'all ain't free, y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all need us, y'all coming to us, and then whipping them with whips and stuff like that. Could that, be significant, First Lucky?
Okay, I wouldn't put it like that. I wouldn't make it so specific like that. What we do know is our oppressor is the devil. So he'll whip you, shoot you, punch you, fight you, handcuff you, and beat you. I mean, he'll do anything. You know what I'm saying? Him being on horses is maybe just how they on the border. That's their transportation for police officers. And the whip, the whip. You know what I mean? He's the devil. You understand? But I wouldn't put it so much specifically because of the Levites. That's Israel in general. Because of our sins, you understand, our oppressors on horses whipping us. That's how you would look at it like. You understand?
Yeah, cut that one, cut the water, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Levites, they did what would you call that? What's it called? Revolution? They had that revolution, but even then, I'm gonna get that too. Give me you hold off for that. But without the laws of the Most High, you understand, it's gonna fail. You get what I'm saying? They had the courage and the strength to go against their oppressor. You understand? But as a whole, as a nation, we are not following the laws of the Most High. So there's no way of getting out of this any other way. You know what I'm saying? Our fight is not carnal. You understand, Michael Lott? That's the point.
Yeah, cut.
That's the point.
Cut,
We can't.
it's like it, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
So that point basically go into like even with Black Wall Street and all that stuff, like you know what I'm saying. No matter like at what you think, if you ain't serving the Most High, you know what I'm saying. Everything on fair, right? Like
Damn right. You understand? The scripture says, I'm paraphrasing. The scripture says, follow the laws and live, and those that don't will die. You know what I'm saying? It's not a religion. It's not hard to understand. You get what I'm saying? Like the Most High said in Deuteronomy verse 28, hearken unto my words, paraphrasing, observe and obey. You understand? And you'll be above all nations. And if you don't, you'll be below all nations. It's simple. And you see what we chose. You see what we chose. Go ahead, Zar.
Salaki, sir.
No shit, Salaki.
Salaki, sir. Can we use as a precept Ecclesiastes 10 and 7?
Go ahead and read it.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Damn right. Damn right. That's a direct precept. You know what I'm saying? This base man, our oppressor. Somebody give me paraphrase. I'll provoke you to jealousy by people that are no people. You know what I'm talking about? You got that. It's an excellent precept because you're gonna have such a base man like our oppressor, the Edomites, rule over us, rule over the Levites, rule over the Israelites, rule over all the tribes of Israel, and he's a base man. He is no people. He has no culture. He's nothing. He's a fugitive and a vagabond. He's a homosexual by nature, but he could be on a horse whipping our brothers at the border because of our sins. Because we'd rather get high than to follow the laws.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
I have the precept, sir.
Hold it for 1 second. We'd rather get high. We'd rather get, sleep with another brother's wife. We'd rather have conflict. Like the brother said earlier in the class, we'd rather go back and forth on a rap battle and talk about nonsense and folly and talk about God knows what, Lord knows what. You understand? Instead of following these laws, we'd rather go to church and sing. That's why a oppressor can be at the border whipping us and acting as if it's his land. Right. Like that is like a form of mockery. You know what I'm saying? Like we're sinning, we living on the bottom, and so now an Edomite can say, y'all gotta get back, y'all gotta get out of here. And it's not his land.
Right.
So yeah, damn right. That definitely is the precept. Go ahead.
I have a precept.
Oh, Slide, record behind you.
In Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21, they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
Damn right.
I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
And the so-called, the Edomites, our oppressors, the so-called white man, is a foolish nation. You know, there was that little pencil neck Dylan Roof. He go in there, and that should provoke you to anger that he can go in there, go into a church. How many people he murdered? Murdered 9 people with 1 gun, with grown men in there and women in there. That should provoke you to anger and jealousy, because the church did not teach you how to fight. The church didn't teach you maybe you should defend yourself. The church teaches you how to pray and to sing and how to wish for a better day, instead of in the moment fighting for your life. You understand? And you can't teach your kids that. You will have a mental health issue. I think they were praying for the brother with a gun in their face. That's a mental health issue. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. What?
It's like I said, they got right on the news and then said, we forgive them.
Oh shit! Oh man. Yeah. No, he talking about the family. Immediately forgave him.
We forgive them.
Christianity is the biggest drug, the worst drug, most dangerous drug to black people on the planet. You understand? What's that brother? Another Levite brother. Most High in Christ. What's the brother's name that got killed in his own apartment? What? Hand up.
Both of John, sir.
Both from John.
Right.
He got murdered in his house by an oppressor. His brother immediately wasted no time forgiving this. That's a mental health issue.
Right.
I mean, that's hatred for your brother.
Right.
The brother not even in the ground, and you talking about forgive. You couldn't wait to forgive. You couldn't even mourn because you're so worried about forgiving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's sick. It's disgusting. And you learn it in
Thank you,
church.
sir.
Go ahead, sis.
Thank you, Brother Chicken. What precept which you just read, Romans 10 and 19?
Say it one more time. You sound a little muffled. Romans 10 and 19?
Yes, this is Santiba checking in with a precept to what you just read,
Okay.
the Romans 10 and 19.
Go ahead and read it when you have it.
You want me to read it?
If you can. If not, I got somebody in the room that can read it. Go ahead, Recall. Romans 10, verse 19.
Romans chapter 10, verse 19. But I say,
Hmm.
did not Israel know? First Moses saith, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you.
Damn right. That's a perfect precept. That is the precept. You know, exactly what it's saying. That's how you know the Old Testament goes with the New with the Old. There is no difference between it. That's another Christian and false doctrine.
Right.
And that's the part of it. The whole doctrine of only following the New Testament or only following the Old Testament is false. The Bible is one complete book. You understand? You got to have both. But damn right, yeah. The Most High provoke us to jealousy and anger with the people that you look at them. You like, I don't know how this person's in charge. You know what I'm saying? But through great violence, we understand. Through great violence, our oppressor has got on top of us. Is it on that? Hosea 4 verse 6.
Come. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
Start from the top.
Come. The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
For lack of religion.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Understand? What's the knowledge that the Most High is saying that we're lack of? What's the knowledge? What is? I think I might be giving it to. What knowledge don't we have? Go ahead, Hadar.
So, like you, sir, it's the knowledge of the law, sir.
Knowledge of the law. Damn right. You understand? Is it so many people say we're destroyed because we don't have a college education, or because you don't have a degree, or because you don't have a certificate, or you don't have a trade, or you don't have a skill. That's why we're destroyed. We're destroyed because, what's some reasons? You don't want to pull up your pants because of rap music. Damn. Any excuse, you know what I'm saying, that the Christian church can give is why we're destroyed. You understand? But what the Most High is talking about, the knowledge that we don't have, is the knowledge of the Most High. It's the simple thing. The basic, a man has to wear his beard. A woman cannot sleep with another woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, lesbianism. You see these sisters out here destroyed, getting high as hell. They all got kids, but they all lesbians. It's like every lesbian I see has kids, has children. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, Christianity. You understand? Is there more on that? Let's start from the top.
Come. This book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Yeah, I'm right. Okay, anyone have a precept think of a precept for the knowledge of the Most High? Or knowledge according to the scriptures. What is knowledge? Go ahead, Trooper. Because the so-called conscious community say they have all the knowledge, right? All the books, all the records, all the dates, all the names of dead people, and they say that's knowledge, or they're woke, and things like that. But what is true knowledge according to the Bible? That's all.
Salaka, sir, the book of Proverbs. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Salaka.
Go ahead and pull it. You have the book and verse? So y'all brothers write these down. Y'all brothers write these down because you're gonna need them, especially in these next few months. We in September, October, November, December, January, even February. These next few months is gonna be, Christian central.
Right.
When you go to camp, you're gonna have to cut these Christians. They're gonna come up with all these fake holidays, these religions and things like that. So we're gonna get prepared for it now. Go ahead, Hadam, you got it.
Salaki, y'all the one.
Hold on 1 second, we get you next.
Coming from the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Y'all, I got his hand up.
Romans 3:20.
Go ahead.
Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall be no flesh justified in their sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin.
Damn right. I'm saying the law is our knowledge. The law is what gets us out of captivity, following the laws. Not the laws themselves, but following the laws. You understand? Not religion, not a song and a dance, not bowing down to a Kaaba stone, calling it Allah, calling it God. You understand? Following these laws, statutes, and commandments is our knowledge. All right, go ahead, online. You had a question or a comment?
Salaki, y'all the one. Heavy class that we have, and I got a precept, if I may.
Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiasticus 19 and 20 in the Apocrypha. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency.
Damn right. And that is specifically the performance of the law. Like, you have to do it. You got to do it. You can't be a Christian and Christians know the law. Christians know what it says, but Christians don't follow the law. Right. Muslims know that they're supposed to follow the first 5 books of Moses, but they don't follow the law. You know what I'm saying? They eat the crab, shrimp, and lobster. They do all those things. They try to be extra so-called righteous and holy. They take the Day of Atonement we just had maybe last week and try to turn it into a Ramadan, and do it every day for 30 days a month, thinking that's how you serve the Most High. Right. Showing them that's how much more they'll serve the Most High, when that's not in the scriptures. Like, it's very simple. The Most High wants your obedience. He wants you to do what He said to do, not do extra. Do extra of something that He did not tell you. If you do what He said to do, give me that precept. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? False doctrines, religions, it's the reason why we're destroyed. Whenever you got it, you can just start reading it.
Coming from the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 22. And Samuel said, "Hath the Most High as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Most High? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice."
To obey is better than sacrifice. Like, the Most High doesn't want your sacrifices, man. The Most High wants you to do what He said to do, and that's it. That's simple. You know what I mean? Don't follow any other type of religion. Don't follow after your woman, after your children. All you gotta do is what the Most High said to do in this Bible. If anybody's unsure, what do? Call, get counsel. Call, get understanding, ask questions, come up in the school. That's all you gotta do. You know what I mean? Christians say they do it all the time. Christians profess to love the Most High and do nothing He asks of them. Not one thing. You know what I'm saying? Any more on that? Let's see. Give me Leviticus chapter 26, verse 1. Because also what we got going on in the news is Afghanistanians coming to America, about to own every fried chicken joint in the ghetto, about to own every corner store, gas station, every business, and all over America, the Midwest. Laquan, you from the Midwest? You know all them Arabs, every Detroit, Chicago, yeah. All them Arabs owning all the trucking companies. Yeah, wow, you probably know that. All the Indians and owning all the trucks. They gonna they damn sure gonna come into the ghetto near you and oppress the hell out of you. Right. Go ahead, Zaquan.
Which is exactly why they told him, brought him into,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not oppress them even more? You know what I'm saying? Why not oppress blacks and Hispanics even more? You know what I'm saying? By having chicken joints all in the hood. Mm-hmm. You know, you got about 2 chicken joints within a block of each other. You got one on one side of the street and another one right on the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it.
Yeah, damn right. Me too. And that damn crispy, crunchy chicken. I know y'all seen that. Ran by Arabs. The whole thing, you know what I mean? Selling you dope, selling you, Swisher Sweets and Vanilla Dutches. You know what I'm saying? And a destroyed, unlearned brother will go in there and act like Muhammad is his best friend. Right. He go in there, makes me sick. And then when you go in them stores, I don't know if you ever noticed how Arabs and them heathens, how they look at our sisters. Yeah. They just see the destruction on the sister, and you just see the lust in their eyes. Because to an Arab man, our sister ain't nothing but a big behind sex object. Just something that he knows with his with his stupid language. It's stupid. And the sister was so destroyed, she think it's his soul. He be the dumbest motherfucker in Afghanistan. Right. Come to America in the ghetto and just become Prince Ali or Prince Aladdin Alibaba. And he's the dumbest terrorist. I'll be seeing it though. And then the Negroes ain't no better. Like the brothers, Muhammad, my nigga. Nah, I hate that. I can't stand that. It makes me sick. But that's what's coming. But brothers got to know, like, look, man, you are a special people. You are a particular people. Like, we got to take back our customs, our culture. These heathens got to look at you with some respect, man. You ain't got to do nothing to them. You shouldn't do nothing. But they got to look at you like this ain't no joke. This brother here. Go ahead, Yummy.
Ain't that where the word booty come from? Like, you a spoil, you a conquer.
Oh yeah. Booty is treasure.
Yeah.
He said just for the booty.
She's conquered. Like,
damn right.
Now. Like, y'all slaves.
Damn right.
Look at them.
Yeah. They look at him just like that. They be flirting with the sisters all in the store. The sister ain't no better. You know what I mean? But the brother, they will kill you back there too. So as soon as you think you about to go in there and rob them, and don't do nothing like that. Because they come with all that artillery from the Middle East. Right. And they and that's the wicked part about it, because our oppressor will allow them to come over here to America. And for some, like, it's strange how somebody from the Middle East or Vietnam or someone from some rural place in a third world country will come over to America and know they need to hate Negroes. Right. Like, they know to hate Negroes. They are already what's it called? I know you know. No. When you go to college, you have to know something before you start, like, the course. Prerequisite is to hate Negroes already, to be American. Like, that's how you be American. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know that. Go ahead, Saquon.
If I could, when these other nations come over here to America one night and start, trying to go for citizenship, they teach them about black Americans over here. Right. You know what I'm saying? About, don't be around them people, them bad people, them criminals or whatnot. You gotta watch out. You know what I'm saying? They teach them already. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way of everybody that comes over here, from other countries. Mm-hmm. They teach them to watch out for them black Americans that's over there.
Yeah, right. Go ahead, Yummy.
So it's like a necessity then. Like, you need to hate black people to survive in America.
Damn right.
That's crazy.
Everybody gets rich off of the Israelites' slavery and oppression. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, not just Judites, you know what I mean? But they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, that the name of Israel is no longer remembrance. So they learn to hate, the other nations learn to hate the Haitians, the Levite brothers, the Judite brothers, the Ishkarites. Like, you have to hate Israel, damn near, to get ahead. I mean, even other Israelites learn that. So we got internal beefs with each other to survive. You gotta step on the oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Doc. On the conference call.
Common Con, the water out of one. Heavy topic tonight, real heavy topic. I got a precept if I may.
Go ahead,
I got a precept if I may, based on what you were saying about how the Afghanistan terrorists, they gonna come over here and try to do any and everything with our sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason they're gonna do it because America is the mother of all harlots. You know what I'm saying? I got a precept to prove it. Revelation 17 verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written: Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Yeah, damn right. Give me a hand. It definitely is the land of abomination and harlots. And the greatest abomination is that the children of Israel, God's chosen people, choose, rather than follow their own customs, to go into the ways of the heathen, to go in the ways of the oppressor. What's going to be even worse is when some Afghanistanian from Afghanistan comes to the ghetto and is able to take one of your sisters and join him onto his religion. And now she covering her whole face and she put on a hijab and now she becomes his wife. But now she becomes something respectable in the eyes of, the world. You know what I'm saying? But she couldn't be that if she was just a sister. She felt like she couldn't be that if she was just a sister from Chicago or a sister from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? A black woman, a Hebrew Israelite woman. You know what I'm saying? That's why the sisters in the school are so excellent, because they taking back on their culture according to the Bible. And they are respectable. You know what I'm saying? Damn right. Give them a hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't go try to find honor and respect by joining on to the other nations. All right? Give me Leviticus 26 verse 1. And that's what they're going to do. First, they're going to oppress the hell out of you. And, of course, like anything, first they oppress the hell out of you. And then, for you to relieve yourself from the oppressor, you got to just join them. It's like if you can't beat them, join them. So you're going to put on one of those Muslim scarves or a kufi, and you'll just become Muslim. Because when you just a nigga, he hates you. But you're going to have to try to clean yourself up. Grow your beard, dye your beard. What's that, orange? The red they do for something disgusting. They eat the heart or something. Yeah. And there was a video some years ago where Arab really did that. You know what I'm saying? But a brother would do it. Unlearned brother would go out and to get along, to try to get a piece of the pie, become a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Zakor.
It's like it, sir. He don't even, if I could, sir, he don't even get far anyway. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do is they're gonna have him selling oils.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Selling, nickel bags of weed or whatever drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though he changed and become a Muslim, he's still getting a crumb. Just like you, when you were just a typical nigga, you was still getting a crumb in America. So,
yeah. Right. He gonna sell, Egyptian musk while they in the Middle East selling real oil that you put in your car every day. Sultans and kings and princes over there living glorious, and you'll be selling in front of a store, selling little oils and trinkets and beads and stuff, and but at the same time hate your brother, sell them drugs and murder them. Muslims got a thing that they can sell drugs to you in their law if you're not Muslim. You know what I'm saying? So right there, they purposely detach themselves from their people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't do something, we don't tell our brother to do it. Like, if I don't eat pork, can't do a pork rib. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, y'all have something?
Yeah, come. I just so if you say that, because I know a brother in the world that he's what he call himself a Muslim, but he ended up marrying the East Africa. I can't think of Mogadishu. You know what I'm saying? That's that country.
Ethiopia?
But no, Mogadishu. That's like.
I'm thinking. Okay.
I can't think of the name of that country, but it's like over there. It's like East Africa, East South Africa. He married us. Not about to say Czechoslovakia. He married a woman from over there, and then he ended up converting over to Islam. And the girl's parents still won't acknowledge him as being African American or black and from America. Somalia. She's from Somalia. So they still want tell the rest of their friends or whatever that he's a black African American, so-called, right? they tell all their friends that he's Ethiopian.
Okay, that's
Because
wild.
they don't even respect African Americans.
Damn, I thought
He converted to their religion.
Right, I thought you were gonna say they just don't talk about it. I didn't know they went as far to say now he's Ethiopian.
Damn.
Damn.
He told me that his own mother.
How does he feel about it? I mean,
He destroyed, sir.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's hell. You know what I mean? But give me a precept. Why? You know what I mean? Give me a precept on what you just said. Why you don't marry? I don't want to give it to you. Somebody give me that precept. Why don't you do that? According to our law. The Pops, you got it?
That's like 73. That one.
Go ahead and pull it. Go ahead and read it when you got it. Going on exactly what Yahweh is saying. It's like Yahweh, you said Mogadishu?
They from Somalia.
Somalia.
Mogadishu is like the city. I couldn't think of the other.
Mogadishu is the capital of Somalia? Okay. Oh, I'm tired of them too. Somalians and Ethiopians. Because now all of a sudden it's been, you know, of course now it's cool to be a Negro and be black. And now the Ethiopians and these Somalians, they...
It's like if I could.
Go ahead.
They like a mixture of like Arabs and Africans. That's why they look even uglier than the rest of Africa.
I'm about tired of them too. Them Somalians and them Ethiopians, huh? Yeah. Don't join on to them. Go ahead. Go ahead, read what you got.
Call. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Right.
Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
That they may what?
That they may serve other gods.
Right there in our law. Now that brother you talking about, Yahweh, has he ever seen that?
Oh, lie. He don't believe in the Bible anymore like that.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Of course he does, because then the Bible says you can't marry an Ethiopian woman. You can't marry a Somalian woman. There's another one I want, a precept. A precept for that. Where it says,
I got one that it's in Ezra, the book of Ezra.
Yeah, I think that's the one I want.
It says, now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever.
Damn right.
That ye may be strong.
That ye may be what?
That ye may be strong.
That ye may be strong. Meaning don't marry them, don't seek their riches, don't seek their peace forever so you can be strong. Like that brother that Yahweh, you talking about Yahweh, he's in hell. He got to go through, he married a heathen woman and has to deal with them not even recognizing him being a so-called African American. And on top of that, they'll just say he's Ethiopian. Right. They hate him so much, they just give him a new identity. Give him a new religion and a new identity. And what does he do? Kiss her and something? Like, take her out on I don't know how you can live like that. Right. Because that's not strong. Like the scripture says, don't do that so you can be strong. Right. Okay. We don't seek the heathen's peace. We don't join them so we can be strong. We can't be strong if we out dealing with the other nations, and you see what happens. We not strong. Our communities aren't strong. They don't stand. Go ahead, Apostle.
Oh, yes, slow. Okay, break down precept. Like it adds more to it. Oh,
let him go. I'm gonna get back to you.
Okay.
There was a breakdown of this saying, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 28. And there ye shall serve other gods, the work of men's hand, wood, and stone, which neither see. Which neither see once you serve other gods. The other nation's not going to see your own culture. They ain't going to understand where you really come from. Or here, just like you said, they want to hide the fact that, the wife want to hide that he's a black African American. Nobody ain't going to hear them when I say, well, I'm from the United States, came from the slave ship. They're not gonna hear that, you know, that once you serve other gods, once you fall in love with her, because she might can talk that good stuff to you and give some of that good stuff to you. Your head can be all mesmerized, so whatever you tell me ain't gonna hear. Nor eat, nor smell.
Well, damn right. Give me a hand. You know what I'm saying, like you saying, they want to hide the fact that he's a so-called African American. The more important part, or the more destructive part, is that he wants to hide the fact that he's a so-called African American or a Judite or a brother from the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our problem. Like when I said, yeah, about how does he feel about it? He loves it. Right. That's what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? When you go out and you go take a white woman as a wife, that's what they want to do. They want to hide themselves. They want to hide what they consider to be dirty, to be a dirty Negro, to be an Israelite, or we tell them they're the greatest people on the earth, and they can't believe it. Right. You know what I'm saying? We say you come from the 12 tribes of Israel. The Most High chose you to be the chosen people above all people. Right. You got to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And they say God loves everybody.
The white man's book.
It's a white man's book. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing. When you go out and try to marry the other nations or serve the other gods, you will be on the bottom of society. That's the myth. The myth is that the myth is if you follow religion, you'll just be equal to the people in the religion. If you follow a religion, you're going to be on the bottom. Right. It's always going to work like that. The earth is about competition and rulership. The earth is about war. Right. You understand? And if you join the other nations, you will live on the bottom. They have to. No matter how much they smile in your face, no matter how much money they give you, how many food stamps, whatever, housing, welfare, whatever they give you, it's war. It's all about you being on the bottom and them being superior. Even that whole thing about integration, right? When you go about integration, there's a type of oppressor that knows you cannot leave Negroes separate from society. You get what I'm saying? Like they knew they couldn't keep us segregated for too long because it'll just be too much of a power struggle. Like you'll see how strong Judite brothers could get. You know, right? Like what is that? In Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street. Right. So the myth is that white people want you segregated, but the real oppressor wants you integrated so they can rule over you. Because they need slaves. Right. Even slavery. Like slavery wouldn't be a constant, mean, evil thing, constant all the time because there'll be slave rebellions. So you got brothers who were in slavery and enjoyed it. Were comfortable being in slavery because there's certain incentives for a good slave. Right. But if your oppressor is constantly on you all the time, 24/7, hanging you, killing you, murdering you, well then you'll rebel. So he has to give you religion. He has to give you some type of comfort, some type of kindness to make you never want to leave. Give you Stockholm syndrome. That's all.
Sir, it's real heavy. If I may, can we use in this instance what the devil says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? Even though they hate us, they still want to, have, even the slave master had kids with the slaves. They keep us close. And we think that they love us, but they don't love the burger. They don't love the cow, they love the burger.
Okay, we can't use that because that's the whole thing. That's all that the Bible gives us everything we need to live amongst our oppressor, to live in our captivity and not join him. The scripture didn't say what do they say in the world? Love thy friend, keep your friends, keep your enemy closer. And the Bible says never trust thine enemy. Right.
I was saying, can we apply that to that? Not use it, but can we say that's what they say? They keep their friends and enemies close. We don't do what they do, but I'm just saying that's what they say.
Okay, yeah, that's what they say. For sure, that's what they say. Yeah, I mean, they like I said, the oppressor knows he does have to keep the Israelites close to him. You know what I'm saying? He does know that. And keep them sinning, more importantly.
And kind of it's like you said, you know what I'm saying? Like that whole concept to me just never made sense. Like keep your enemies close. Like you wouldn't want your enemies to be far away from you as possible.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how you know the white, like your oppressor, they don't even understand what their own concept. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they use that concept applying to us because, like you said, sir, they want us to integrate into them. They want to rule over us and keep us in sin. So the only way for them to do that is to have us integrated. But the whole concept with the keep your enemies closer, you know, that just don't make sense.
Yeah, how's it go? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Yeah, in a sense, that's what they doing is like the oppressor. Jim Muhammad bring this out. Like the oppressor is not that super conservative, no abortion, segregation, no welfare, no none of that. Like that's not the real oppressor. Like the oppressor doesn't care about none of that. He wants you to be a homosexual, get abortions, do what you want, get high. He wants to bring you in and have you definitely just sin against the Most High. Be transgender, be gender fluid, all these terms they're giving out. They want you to be all, the real oppressor wants all that. He doesn't care about you being black. He doesn't care about you being Hispanic. He wants all people together and doing one thing, is sin against the Most High. That's what they want. Like, the Ku Klux Klan would not be, you know, they're cops now. Like, they're, you know, but the true oppressor is the one making, you know, the laws to abort your child, the laws to make marijuana legal everywhere. You know what I'm saying? To keep you high, to keep you sinning. But that's why we got to go back into these records and not follow religion and follow these laws, statutes, commandments.
Go
ahead.
I remember Jim Muhammad said that he's indifferent. You know what I mean? Meaning like...
Break it down.
The definition is having no particular interest or sympathy, unconcerned. Like, it don't matter to him.
Yeah.
Like, you thinking it matter, it don't matter to Isupk.
Yeah, Esau don't give a damn.
Like, just be wild and free. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
damn
That's how you
right.
look at it.
Esau, the Edomites are, remember Jeremiah bring this out too, is amoral. So he's not even immoral or moral. He's amoral. He just don't even care. Like, he a type cat that could blow a ride and not be a homosexual. He can just do it. He just wouldn't even matter if it's to move up in the company. He'll go on the golf course and do all types of them country clubs and all them getaways. He'll do all that. He doesn't give a damn because he doesn't believe in right or wrong. He just does whatever the hell he wants. You know what I mean? But black people can't live like that. You see, we wanted to. That's what's in the garden. Doing whatever you want to do. And you see where we at. Go ahead, y'all want to get something?
Oh, so like, I was just gonna say that the only thing he wants is money.
That's all he
cares about.
Right.
Yeah, that's all he cares about is money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got our people who, you know, they always looking for the nicest oppressor or the nicest, you know, Edomite. Or they have examples of, no, my high school teacher was like this, or my college professor was an Edomite, and they were like this, and they were the best in this, and the lady down the street, and listen, man, there's an oppressor that wants to full out drag you behind this truck and kill you, run you over, kill your children, shoot you. There's another one that just wants to have sex with you.
Right.
He's a man. Or a white woman that wants to have sex with you, and she wants to make you forget your God. Right. Change who you are. Like the brother who got his whole identity changed in a snap of a finger. He just put on a Somali garment, I guess, or Muslim garment, and now he's Arab or Somali. Like, and it still makes you sin against the Most High. Right. You still be destroyed. And now we got conflict because now he hates Negroes even more. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
go ahead.
They get them, like, do they feel like they licensed it? You know how they adapt to Judite culture, and then they
Who you talking?
Be like,
who you talking about?
Like Hamites and them.
Oh yeah, right.
Like I heard a song. I thought it was a Benjamite, but people telling me it's Hamite.
I think I know.
Like, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they really adapted to our culture, and it's like,
yeah.
You can't even be mad because we take on their culture.
Right.
But they can. That's what they can use against us. Like,
Yeah,
y'all
right.
want to be over here. Y'all want to be African. Y'all want to dashiki and
right.
You know what I mean, the Pan African, all that garbage. And then when they come and do what do you call it, cultural appropriation. When they come and do our culture, it's like, what y'all complaining about? We ain't saying nothing when y'all doing what we do.
Yeah, right. Like we can't have it. We can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? So you damn right. I think I know a song you talk about too, and you know. Okay, they got one. I mean, It's been hundreds of years. It'd be no different than an Edomite making some type of R&B or rap song.
Right.
It's just because they dark skinned, they think they us.
Eminem the greatest.
Right, Eminem's the greatest rapper. You know what I mean? We can't join them.
Right.
And they are not trying to join black people. Again, we just, like we talked about, it's the money. Everyone knows oppressors, Africans, Arabs, the Chinese, Indians, they all know to get rich, to get money, black people spend money. Black people spend money and they can go start a business and sell weave or do nails and they'll get rich.
Like,
go ahead.
and to go back to what you were talking about earlier at the beginning of class, like the PTSD, like it's mental disorder because of slavery and oppression.
Right.
Like we've been trained to just support them and destroy our own self.
Yeah, damn right. Absolutely. Kasai, you have something? Go ahead.
Couple of concerns, just like if I may. One of the things that I realized with what Officer Yawal was bringing out about this young brother is that they know that we aren't African. They know we aren't.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they said to him, "No, you Ethiopian." They know it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we take on their culture, but we're doing what they do. But they know who we are. Right?
Yeah, damn right.
So going back to that mental health, I mean, it's obvious. It's like they're telling him, "We'll just say that you're Ethiopian." Well, I'm African American. Aren't I African enough? Apparently not.
Damn right. You're absolutely right. You know what I mean? Let's see. Give me what I asked for? Leviticus 26 verse 1. I was gonna say something about them African. But go ahead, read that. It'll come back to me.
Okay.
What was the scripture?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it. For I am the Lord your God.
Okay, no sweat again. Someone break that down. What is that talking about? Conference call now. Y'all still there? Okay, y'all still there. No sweat. If y'all got the answer, you can just say Salaki as well. Someone break down Leviticus 26 verse 1. What is this talking about?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, though.
If I could, essentially, this is speaking against Christianity and Muslim and Islam, especially with their the mascots, their representations as the wooden cross and the cobblestone, sir.
Yeah, right. Give me Okay. So you're saying I don't think the wooden cross is in this one, but you're talking about the cobblestone, referring to stone in here. Yeah, kind of. I'm just like, God. Yeah, it was such a heavy breakdown, brother. It's like, it's like I heard it from you. I heard it before. Right. That's exactly how I learned it. So yeah, you're right. Perfect. But God, go ahead.
Could we also use that particular scripture? You know what I'm saying? The imagery of that Cesar Borgia statue that's down in Brazil, Slovakia.
God damn right, you can use that one, and there's some more. There's some more. What is a okay? What is an idol? Everyone know what an idol is? What is an idol? Go ahead, Yawa.
God, I believe the old definition is the wisdom of Solomon, but it's basically saying like a king or something. There's a person that was missed because they died, and then they make something and worship that person to be like he's still alive, but when he's dead, to try to remember him, and then they start trying to force everybody else to follow it as well. It's like they use the term king, for the king, you know, like when the son died, but like when, you know, with Nimrod, his mom made him start making people worship him with the Christmas tree. It's
Right.
kind of the same thing. Is when somebody dies, they want to keep them remembered, and because that person usually was high stature or whatever, they force everybody else to start worshiping them as well.
Right, and that's the key. That's the key. Key word is worship. Yeah, you worship it. Is the Shield of David an idol? Nah, you don't worship it. You don't stand it up and you don't bow down to it. You don't say the Shield of David gives me powers. It's not like them sisters and what do they got? These jewels and beads and things you worship. Sage you worship. Beads and just any we say energy. They worship energy. The Aquarius and the zodiac signs, things you worship, things you base your personality and your spirit off of, is idol worship. Because it's not the spirit of the Most High. Go ahead. Yeah, well, yes, sir. I mean, sorry, yeah,
Like I got a definition of idol.
Go ahead.
Idol, an image or representation of a god used as an object of worship. You know, you got icon, god, image,
Right.
likeness.
Damn right. So like the brother was saying, a big one in Brazil is the Cesar Borgia, who they call Jesus Christ. You have that. You have Martin Luther King. That statue they made up, and you know black people worship that. That's black people are not following the Bible. Anything the Bible is talking about. Hold your point 1 second. Christianity, the Christian church is not following the Bible. Your pastor's not following the Bible. What Christians should know, they're following Martin Luther King and other prominent Southern black pastors, black churches. You know what I'm saying? The culture of the church is what black people are following. It's not the Bible. To turn the other cheek and that's getting hit in the face, that's not what the Bible's talking about. They have a totally misunderstanding of the Bible. They follow Christian church culture. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Get you 1 second. I got a brother in the room. The pots, go ahead.
Like the other part of it said in Leviticus chapter 4, verse 26 and 1. They said they read you up with a standing image. Okay, you in school over here in America, the first thing you might see, the teacher comes to the classroom like you in pre-K, kindergarten. First thing they put up, the American flag, the Statue of Liberty. Stand up to it, pledge your allegiance. They read you up. They get you out your rear and have that pledging to it. There's a thing of worshiping and what's the other part? Same thing like Buddhist. Like you can say, we can smoke in the sage around a little 8-armed, a little fat little tubby thing.
Yeah.
Like a tubby, something like that.
What's
like
the name of that?
They would put sage around and stuff like that. And the last part said they set up any image of the stone of your hand. And like the horoscope signs, you stuff about the zodiac sign, like the Aquarius sign.
Right.
What it was, Capricorn, Aries, they put it around your beads and put it around your neck. You just worship and like, you know what I'm saying? This is my God right here, basically.
Right. These things, give me a hand. These things, everything your brother said was absolutely correct because it's worshiping it. So the Aquarius and the scripture say, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. All right, so you worship the stars. You base your personality off of the stars. You base your silly women base their relationship and who they should date and marry off of how the stars align. And that's you see, they get you far. That's stupid. You know, right? It's stupid to do that. You can't. Being born in March does not make you a better person. No one born in March is not better than someone born in December. They're both wicked. You have to come into the school to become a better person you can marry in the school. All right? Yes, sir?
So it's real heavy. On there, you mentioned Hot Girl Summer. What's going to happen is they're going to have Hot Girl Summer and they have Single Mama Fall.
Damn right. That's how it happens.
The devil, the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And disease and all types of just everything. I seen the stories. A sister that got shot, I think like 14 times. Just all hell, all manners of evil will happen if you're not following the laws. From just high blood pressure, cancer, gout, getting shot, get into a car wreck, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like the only way to truly have the Most High dealing with you is make sure you follow these laws come up in the school. That's what they was trying to tell our Levite brothers and our Issachar brothers down there on that border. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the brother out of New York, was it named Yatazar? I know what he was saying. I know what he was saying, but I don't know what he's saying. Give him man. I know he teaching the Levite brothers everything they need to know. I can't understand it, but being a UPK, I definitely understand it. You know what I mean? You know, so I know they getting the full understanding of that. Go ahead,
To lock y'all the one heavy point you just brought out again, especially about the brothers speaking that Haitian patois.
Right.
You know, just listening to the first 2-3 minutes of the video, I couldn't understand nothing. But by the end, I started, I thought I was speaking French there for a minute because I began to understand everything he was saying. You know what I'm saying? You can see the expressions on the people's faces and how they can understand what he was saying. And that gives, that goes all the way back to Commander General Yahanna for keeping this truth, you know what I'm saying, and holding that iron to the fire, you know what I'm saying, and raising us men up so that we can go out here and wake up our brothers and sisters and do the things that our brothers in Texas did on this weekend, you know what I'm saying, Salaki.
Yeah, Mark, man. Yeah, the point being, what those brothers did was not religion. It was not based off religion. You understand? It was doing what the Bible said to do, what the Lord ordered them to do. You know what I'm saying? Doing their job, doing a duty, doing a service. You know what I mean? We all thankful for it. Keep reading. Verse 2.
Coming from the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 2. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Verse 3. If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit.
And is the earth doing that for us right now? Hell no. You about to go to a Moabite spot and get fried chicken and fried rice. You know what I mean? And hopefully it's chicken. Lord allow it is chicken. You know what I'm saying? Because we are in hell. Because we decided to follow religion. You thought it'd be better to be Christian. You know what I'm saying? To be Muslim. You understand? Some more on that?
Verse 5. And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time. And ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely.
Oh, you can drop that. Give me Jeremiah 2, verse 3. We about to wrap it up. Any questions online, any comments online? Go ahead and get down.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
This is Crystal. I wanted to check in. And also, I just wanted to go back to when you were talking about in Leviticus 26:1 about the idols.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a question about that. Would it also be like just celebrating birthdays or just, calling till somebody has birthday? Would it also be you're making that person an idol as well?
Yes, absolutely. A birthday, you're making the person an idol. You would be in Rome. It had a day. Everyone could be God for a day. So you celebrating a birthday or celebrating somebody else's birthday, you making them a god, that would be an idol. Giving them yourself, bringing them a gift, bringing a gift to them, and they get so selfish around their birthday too. And a lot of sisters do that. They don't limit it to a day. It's their birthday week or their birthday month or the year, whatever they are. I don't know how much higher somebody could get. I don't know if they get higher on their birthday than they do some other day, or you sleep with more men on your birthday. I don't know, but it's just all about them. It's about being God for a day. So it definitely is an idol being worshipped, and it's not an Israelite custom. If you go into the Bible, you won't find Peter's birthday or Jonah's birthday or none of the prophets' birthday or Christ's birthday. And that's going to come up. That's going to come up in December. And Christians will lie and say it's Christ's birthday, December 25th. But we know that to be whose birthday? Raise your hand, but Nimrod. God. It's Nimrod's birthday. And that's absolutely idol worship. And we'll get into that more when December comes. That time comes for the Christmas breakdown, so-called Christmas breakdown. But that tree standing up in your house, you get a dead tree and you tie it down in water. It's already dead, but you put it in water, and then you fasten it, and then you tie lights around it and plug it into the socket. Electrical socket. Your house should burn down. You deserve for your house to burn all the way down to the ground.
Right.
I don't wish that on no brother, no sister though. But don't do it. Learn. You hear it now. Don't do it.
Right.
For the sake of your children, and don't say Christmas is for your children, because that, the whole breakdown on that. Sacrificing your children to Moloch, another god. Do not make your children the reason why you cannot serve the Lord. Because what does the Lord have the power to do? Not a Christmas tree, but what does the Lord have the power to do? Go ahead. The Lord can take your child's life. The Lord has the power over life and death. Not a Christmas tree. Don't sing to a Christmas tree. And don't sing to the Lord. Obey the Lord.
Right.
Give me that. Don't sing to the Lord. But to answer your question, yes, that would be idol worship, birthdays, anything like that. If you have children and you get them out for birthdays, just let them know they get rewarded by their works. Right. They get rewarded by the good things they do in school, good things they do around the house, and that way you don't raise such a selfish, lustful child that thinks they deserve gifts when they don't do anything.
That's right.
And they just make fun of other kids that don't have the same gifts. Christian kids are the worst kids. They're monsters. They're evil. They're really not good. I'm saying they're fighting. It's like both sides of Christ. They're fighting. They're lying. They're stealing. And that's all through Christianity and the lust of America, and then having to have something. Like you deserve things, and you get things just because. Nah, man, that's not our culture. That's not our culture. Go ahead.
Book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs.
The Lord said, take away the noise of your songs. That's noise to the Most High. All that singing they do in the church, they don't want to hear that. Especially all that gospel music, all that, Kurt Franklin, they can't. You singing a song coming out the mouth of a homosexual or a whore, singing to the Lord. It can't be a holy song. You know what I'm saying? Remove the noise of that song. Go ahead.
For I would not hear the melody of thy vows.
The Lord ain't gonna hear it. All that take me to the king and all that nonsense, man. Obedience.
Right.
It's like a broken record. Obedience, because you can't get away from this. We have to really stress that, because Israel will do everything except the laws. Have the best songs, get the record deal, make the best gospel album, the Christmas album, the Temptation album. That's gonna be playing on the radio soon. So you can go to the mall, you can hear all the songs and the wonderful. Don't get caught up in that. If you're in the school, you damn sure can't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in the nostalgia of these so-called wicked holidays. Don't do it. The Lord said, remove the noise of that song.
I appreciate what you just said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which the Lord, which he commanded thee.
Damn right. Damn right, give me a hand. Let me tell you, because all that birthdays and Christmas and those are just lust, and they're not real. You know what I'm saying? All that fake love and the fake happiness and cheeriness around those seasons, that's not real. That's gonna pass. But what the Most High can do will last. Our condition has lasted a very long time. You know what I'm saying? That will last. Disease lasts. The COVID-19 will last. All these things. All right. What scripture I asked for? That one. Jeremiah 2 verse. Wait, hold that 1 second. Go ahead, Doc. Y'all about to
the water. Could we also use on the birthday topic? Could we also use Jeremiah 20 and 14? I got it in front of me.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 20, verse 14. Cursed be the day day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. Could we also use that to cut the birthday concept?
Damn right, that's a perfect precept, good man. You can use that, and you can use there's plenty. You can do just every not thou oppressor. Paraphrase, I believe better is one's death than his birth. Meaning you just want to be a new person. Yeah, well, you have one.
So I didn't hear what precept that was.
20 and 14. What was that? Jeremiah 20 verse 14.
So Jeremiah 20 verse 14.
Jeremiah 20 verse 14. All the idol, not having any idols, and then like I said, it's not our custom. It's not our way of doing things. Make this. Go ahead and read what you got. Jeremiah 2 verse 13. Is that what I wanted? Did I say 3? So yeah, start at 3.
Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 3. Israel was holiness unto the Lord, and the first fruits of his increase. All that devour him shall offend.
Oh, Slack, no, verse 13. 2 verse 13.
Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 13. For my people have committed 2 evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
Okay, my people have committed 2 evils. Go ahead.
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Verse 14.
You stop right there. Who could break that down? Anybody online can break it down? Jeremiah 2 verse 13. My people have committed 2 evils. What are those 2 evils? Go ahead, start from the top.
Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 13. For my people have committed 2 evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
They have forsaken the Most High. That's one. Go ahead.
And hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns.
What's a cistern?
Sir.
Go ahead, Makulak.
It's basically saying where it says, for my people have committed 2 evils, they have forsaken me, the fountain of living water. Is that pertaining to the Most High, the truth, law, statute, and commandments? And it say, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Meaning like they done went and picked up false philosophies, and you know what I mean. They're taking on to basically what you were saying earlier when they done took on, sold on Philly. You know what I'm saying? And following vain knowledge, sir. It's like,
Damn right, you're right. Give me a hand. You said we forsake the Most High, the fountain of living water, mean the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave us. That's the living water. That's how you live. And hewed them out cisterns. But what is a cistern? You may have to know what that is. Yawa.
Isn't that like a container that holds water or liquid?
Right, like wine holds water. A cistern, broken cisterns that hold that can hold no water. So meaning we forsake the Most High, and not only did we forsake the laws, we went and joined Christianity. We went and joined Islam that can hold no water. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like we just do not follow the Most High. We don't follow the Most High and then joined another nation and joined their gods. Those are the cisterns that can hold no water. And you know it doesn't hold any water because the Arabs, there is no other God but the Most High. But they have Allah. The Chinese have their God. The so-called oppressor has his God. Right? The oppressor has his God. And those gods help them. It helps them. America pulled out of Afghanistan after 20 years. So the Arabs, whoever they're praying to, it helped them. America has all the, America. Our person has America and all the other lands that he runs. He has those. So his God helped him. The Chinese, they have their land. But we don't have ours. But we run into the other nations. So us following another God will only get us destroyed. Especially what it's talking about. All right? right. Any other questions? Any questions online? Comments? All right. With that, pass the class over to Officer Yabarone.
Great class, sir. Hey, give Cap another hand. These are the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashura. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or a teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Salakia. We have the Feast of Dedication coming up on November 28th of November. Will be a Sunday.
We're still in the Feast of Tabernacles.
Salakia.
The Feast of Tabernacles is still going on.
And we're still in the Feast of Tabernacles, the water, sir. If anybody wants to be in a school, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, men of Israel, Majum, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Barak, Salakia. Majum Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Bashem, Shabrakatah.
All right, Yajmatah, what we just said was the Most High. Bless you in the name of Christ. We're going to turn to the sister. Sis, we're going to give you a courtesy salute, and the sister's on the phone as well. So what I need you to do is, I know you got the baby in your arms, but go ahead and stand with your feet at a 45-degree angle, so heels together. You don't have to turn, sis. Your face this way. Just put your heels together, feet up. All right, the water. And usually what you do is put your right hand over your left. You don't have to. I don't want you to drop the baby. Put your right hand over your left, and then you had your head down and shame face. Okay. I'm gonna give you a courtesy salute. All right. All right. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat, Majum Barak, Yahweh Shema Bashem Yahweh Shah. You say that back, sis. It's Yahweh. Shema. Alatha. Bahashem. Yahweh Shah. All right. Yajmatah. What we just said is the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. All right. All right. Men of Israel, class dismissed.